Matchmaking service Kelleher and Associates, and Amber Kelleher Andrews is here for the post-game wrap-up. So let's take a look at the four singles, Amber, who you don't know personally,
right,
but we've all watched together, and we can identify with some of their issues.
Absolutely.
And maybe see if there's something we can take away from it, okay? So let's go through. As we looked at a couple of the women, Cordetta and Kathleen, for example. Cordetta was the one she's 6 feet tall, photographer, very confident. Here she is, beautiful. And then we had Kathleen, the chief executive. You know, she was confident in the workplace and a go-getter. And we heard from both of them, they were so confident. And so I'm thinking, what do you say to a person who maybe they're confident in one arena and not another? Is there something that we can take away and kind of go, okay, what can I do?
Well, I think we've learned that Cordetta has a nice balance between the confidence in her workplace and in her single life. She's very confident as herself as a woman, and I think it's really just a matter of timing for her. I mean, I appreciate that she's going to read the book Love Smart, but I think it's really about timing and just looking for the right person. She just needs to wait for that timing.
Okay, so some people who feel that way, they're confident in one arena and not on dating, that are watching us right now, chill out.
She could come to a matchmaking company because she knows who she is and she knows what she wants, so she can expedite the process, save a lot of time, and go to a matchmaker.
Okay.
Kathleen needs to be able to leave the business side in the business arena and take the confident woman as an individual, as a woman, and use that in her love life. I think she still needs to find that balance.
Okay, all right, good observation. Now, let's go to Tony.
Okay.
He was passionate and committed. We saw him when he was at work at the hospital. We saw him on the soccer field. Look at him there, and he was like so into it, but maybe not so much when it came to finding a partner. So what could somebody like him do? What do you think would be best?
I think he's the opposite of Kathleen. I think he needs, instead of to tone it down in his love life, to tone the business down, he needs to bring that passion into the relationship. He needs to bring the fire, like I said last week, that he has on the soccer field into his love life, because he's kind of, you know, really busy in his personal life and then kind of, you know, laid back and saying, well, you know, if she's going to be here, she's going to be here, or I'm going to get kicked out of bed, the relationship's over. He needs to take control of his love life and put it into perspective and say, you know, if I really want to be in a relationship, I'm going to need to play in this game.
Right, right. And one way to play, of course, is just a plug here, our sponsor, the Kelleher and Associates, because you were mentioning to me that you have tons of women and not a lot of men. So it's kind of like, guys, you're lucky. You give a name to the... And it probably goes for thematch.com and all those things. There's more women out there.
Men love us because I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when a man wants to get married, he gets married.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I have noticed
we can plan it for 20 years. We can plan the dress, we can plan the location, the detail of the flowers, but when a man, and wait and wait and wait. When a man wants to get married, he either marries the woman in his past or the woman that he's with, for better or for worse.
They're so simple, I swear to God, aren't they? Okay.
Yeah. So when they come to an executive search firm, we're matchmakers, but we work like an executive search firm. When they come to us, they're able to say, these are the women that I've been attracted to in the past, although they didn't have golf in common with me, and it would be great if she was raised in this particular religion, and somebody that can travel, because I have a house in St. Bart's and I like to travel, and so we can actually find that woman for him. So the men disappear quickly, and that's why we have a shortage of them.
All right.
They love us.
Lastly, let's just highlight my sister, contestant number 4, Erica, the one with the dog. We all remember her. She works at Gamago. There she is at work. So with Dr. Phil and the analysis, we found maybe a lack of confidence and sort of a lack of direction. What do you tell somebody? And there are a lot of people out there that they want something, they're not quite sure what.
Yeah, Erica's not sure what she wants, and that's clear to me from the segments that we've seen. I think Erica needs to sit down and visualize, like I said, what she wants in her life, and she needs to put it down on paper. If she were coming to us as a potential client, we would ask her to describe not only who she is, but what she's looking for, and I think she needs to begin there. She needs to first, you know, understand what she's going to put into the relationship and therefore what she wants, and I think when she figures that out and reads the book from Dr. Phil and takes some of our advice, I think that she'll be absolutely fine. She's darling and she's not going to have a problem meeting anybody.
Phew, that's a load up. All right. Thank you, Amber. We're joined by our segment sponsor, the executive matchmakers at Kelleher and Associates, Amber Kelleher Andrews. Hi, Amber.
Good morning.
Okay, well, they brought up a lot of good things here. They started with the blame game.
Yes, it
because it does seem like, my God, if you've been on enough dates, these girls are out and the guy too out dating, it must be them, the rest of them.
Right.
What's wrong with all of those people?
Well, it's difficult for me to comment specifically on these individuals that you've chosen because they're not our clients, and I haven't had a chance to meet them. But they're clearly frustrated, and rightfully so. It is difficult when you're single and you want to be in a relationship. So I think it's important that they are taking the time to stop and reflect and say, what am I doing wrong? And as a matchmaker, we have the unique ability to know both parties. And something that these 4 individuals don't have is that feedback.
Yeah.
They're going out and they're saying, why am I so successful in work, but I can't get a second date? So when you work with a matchmaking firm like us, you're able to say, I really enjoyed my last 3 dates, but for some reason he's not calling. Am I doing anything wrong? What am I doing? And I can go back and I can look at the feedback and I can say, well, you're not making eye contact.
Right.
And she'll say, well, that's because he was so cute and I was a little bit shy. And then I can say, you acted, somebody mentioned that you acted like maybe you were bored, or you talked about your work the whole time.
Right.
And suddenly they go, oh my gosh, you're
what
right.
you're doing.
I'm nervous. All I do is talk, and I only have work to talk about because that's what I do all day.
You know what? Maybe the mistake people make is they pick their dates. I'm not saying a matchmaking service, but maybe anybody else should pick your date. I saw MTV's doing a new thing where they have the parents who hate the boyfriend or girlfriend.
Right.
Pick the perspective to try to get their daughter with somebody else.
Exactly. Well, we'll do a lot of reflecting. We'll choose somebody that will reflect issues that we have. And until we do a lot of work on ourselves, we're not going to truly get the right partner. And people that we work with that are really successful, they spend so much time on their work and suddenly they want a relationship and they want it right now. So they're going to go out with their dysfunctional patterns and they're going to keep choosing somebody that's going to reflect the issues back.
Yeah.
So as a matchmaker, I can say, you know what, I hear you and I understand what you're looking for. However, I really see that you're going to be better paired with this individual. And then I can get feedback from both parties and we can assist them.
Okay, so it's somebody who's not using your service but just out there alone trying to do what these girls and guys are doing. Should they make a list, or maybe have their friends make a list of things that maybe they think they should be looking for?
It's tough. Having a friend introduce you is nice, but that friend might really like this person and really like that person and therefore think that they're going to be a good match. You really need to have an expert assist you.
A psychologist, for example. I get your shrink.
But even the psychologist can't go on both dates, so you're just going to be dealing with that one party. As a matchmaker, we're the fly on the wall. We get to talk to both parties. So you don't just go back to your psychologist and go, what am I doing wrong? And the psychologist can help you, but they really don't know what the individual's saying about you on your date. We have the ability to go in and say, this is what you're doing. I heard from the other individual, and you can do both parties. So
now, if only you could get more guys to sign up. What's with the guy? How come we have to drag them kicking and screaming?
Well, when the men come to us, they get involved so quickly in a relationship that they disappear.
They're gone.
And they keep it very secretive where they met this fabulous woman, whereas when women join with Kelleher, they tell everybody and all their friends. So men seem to love us, but if more of them knew about us, I think it would be everybody would be very happy.
All right, thanks a lot, Amber.
Okay.
All right, and that's Amber from Kelleher and Associates this morning.